Hey, this is Justin. It's a Saturday evening walk and talk, getting ideas that are rattling around inside the head, outside the head into the world. There's going to be a little bit of a sound check to see how this works. So I'm recording this on Auphonic right now, and then it's going to get uploaded and it's going to go to Dropbox after that. And then when it gets up into Dropbox, it'll become a podcast, and also we'll start running through some analytics on it. And very excited about that, because then I can talk about some of the things in a live stream tomorrow. So my whole goal is to walk and talk and share ideas that are rattling around inside the head, get them outside of the head into a way where they could potentially be useful out there into the world. So very excited, doing some live streaming on a daily basis. I think a lot of the live streams will be inspired by what comes out of these walk and talk podcasts. And I just talk about that for a little bit. In 2011, when my daughter was 1.5, I felt like I didn't have enough time to do anything. I would just go on long walks and would just share different ideas out there. And eventually, when you get to like that 20-minute mark, you start to, the unconscious mind starts to take over, and then you start sharing things and making connections that you wouldn't necessarily have known how to make in the past. And that is the whole intention of these walk and talks, and then very excited to turn these into some analytics in the background and some new ways of being able to operate. I could go live at the same time, which actually isn't the worst idea in the world. I could go live on Clubhouse at the same time and do brainstorms live on there. But this one, just want to record offline just to see what actually starts to bubble up as far as the ideas go and the ideas operate. So what's nice, I've got the neck crank right now, which is, or the neck desk, I should say, exactly, so I can go completely hands-free with this walk and can literally just move forward. Got a little bit of light going down in the background so I can actually see, just walking in the dark to start to capture what some of the ideas are that are working. So really feeling like it's an empowered way to be able to operate and to be able to create for nothing. And it's inside the volume of the creations where we start to get the real value about what we're talking about. So now when this is done, we'll get some metadata based on it. We'll get a word cloud that will come out of Otter. Also, we'll run this through Speak, where we'll start getting some insights that will start coming through Speak that will start classifying some of the topics. So it might be complete nonsense that we're operating under, or it might be useful information. We're not going to know until we actually get there. So it is just the activity and the effort of being able to do the warm-up and then being able to run it through as many ways as possible. Now, this is a walk and talk from a health perspective. This is great. We're out there in the world walking and talking, and then just sharing the ideas. As a standalone unit, I don't know how great this is going to be, how entertaining this is going to be as a standalone podcast for anybody to listen to, but from a once we start breaking it down into its individual components, that's when it can start to get interesting and get potentially useful. And so we're able just to talk for hours a day, and then we'll start to figure out what are the ideas that are starting to emerge. Let me talk about search engine optimization for a little bit here. So the idea is starting with these messages and then putting them off to a blog so they can be indexed, and then people can experience them in a way that could potentially work for them. So my vision, my dream, my hope, my desire is to just be able to go on long walks and then be able to create enough economic value out in the world that this is the one activity that we're able to work under. I'd also like to be able to kick off some workflow from these messages, meaning having some of the topics that we are off and creating show up in the world as inside a workflow, like little ticket. It could be tickets, Trello tickets. It could be kicking off inspiration of ideas for other people. It could also be just kicking off things that we have to handle or we have to do in the future. Another potential use case is going through to-do lists. I use Todoist for that. Yep, so going through to-do lists, doing a reading of the to-do list and seeing what's actually important. My to-do list, I feel like I add close to 300 new tasks every single week, so I don't keep up with the to-do list. I would spend all my time actually doing that and the sifting and sorting. But if we start putting some audio behind some of those specifics and start doing calls to actions for potentially other people, that's when we can have something that could hit it and could be potentially useful to other people out there in the world. So also, just to inspire other types of brainstorming, I want to pause here for a second.